to some breaking news now, an NBC News exclusive with the top U.S. commander telling our team that armed Russian jets have flown over a U.S. military base in Syria nearly every day this month in violation of a 4-year-old agreement between Washington and Moscow. This is according to the general in charge of air operations in the region. Courtney Kuby, our Pentagon correspondent, has just broken the story for us. She has scrambled to a camera. She is joining us live. Court, it feels like, and your reporting indicates, there is the risk here is of escalation at a very sensitive time already between the U.S. and Russia. Talk us through it.
Yeah, that's right. So what we saw over the Black Sea last week is the perfect example of how something like this could go wrong quickly. The concern
here
is
about over the Black Sea when that Russian jet dumped a bunch of gas or fuel on this American drone. It was like a whole big thing.
Right. It wasn't just that. It wasn't just the dangerous flying. It was when that Russian jet clipped the U.S. drone, causing the U.S. to have to down it. Well, that could have gone a lot worse, right? So in this case, nearly every day this month, Russian fighter jets, armed at times with either air-to-air or air-to-ground missiles or even bombs, are flying over this garrison or U.S. base in southern Syria called a Tanf garrison. Now, as you mentioned, there's this long-standing agreement between the U.S. and the Russians flying over Syria. They call it a deconfliction agreement, and there's a phone line that they use when they're concerned about potential close calls or when they may be flying near one another. But as part of that agreement, they agreed that they would not fly over areas where the other had ground troops. The U.S. military, according to General Grinkovich, who is the head of the component command there for all the airs and skies over that region, he says the U.S. is still adhering to that agreement, but the Russians are not. He says this behavior is provocative, and he's concerned that it could potentially lead to a miscalculation.